you get scratched?
I don't know, did I? Oh, is it blood?
Oh, maybe it's
If it's
jam.
blood,
Maybe it's jam.
No, if it's blood, it's from this. Something, guys, it happened, and now it won't stop bleeding. This is gonna take me out.
What did you scratch yourself on?
I don't know!
Oh, no.
That's the problem. Is there blood? Get it off. Is there blood?
You already got it off.
I don't wake up with cuts. I wake up with bruises.
I don't know what I did.
happened?
I literally, I changed, and then I was like, and it was just like all this blood. I was like, what's happening? Well, that's what's gonna take me down, everybody. 4 open heart surgeries. Nope, it's a cut on my finger.
Wait, you've had 4 open heart surgeries?
I know, crazy, right? Guys, welcome to Table Talk.
Hello.
The show where we talk about all your different topics using the hashtag Table Talk or the subreddit r/SourceFed. I'm Lee Newton.
I'm Philip DeFranco.
I'm Nikki Phillippi.
Ah.
I feel like I'm getting better at that.
There you
Yeah?
go. But say
Say
your name?
your name.
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Nikki Phillippi.
It's the
Can I get another
things in
take
life.
though? Can I get another take though?
Okay, take
It's
two.
the
You
basic
take
things
two.
in life I'm really
Nikki.
proud of
Take
at this
two.
point, okay?
Phillippi.
I put my clothes
Damn
on.
it.
Phillippi.
First one. Use the first one.
That's not even my name.
I got my phone. I put my underpants on today.
Like a big
Like
girl.
a big old girl.
Like a big girl.
So Tall Motherfucker says, at what point financially do you consider one to be rich? This is actually interesting.
that is a really
because
good
I don't
question.
know. I don't know anymore.
You know what it is? Legitimately,
Yeah,
it's when you're no longer in debt in any way, shape, or form, and you can pay your bills like without any quiet on set.
She's gonna
Oh,
throw
that's weird
down.
that I just told that to producer. Quiet on set to the producer. Ah! I got him!
He just stared at the ground like he wasn't
Oh,
there.
it's almost like he thinks his voice is not a voice.
He stared at the ground, and then the two guys behind him were like, Wait, so you're out of debt.
No, I think it's like when you're out of debt and when you can comfortably pay your bills. That's legitimately rich. But legitimately financially rich, every single person at this table is in, the top 10% of the world.
You think so?
Oh, I know
of the world?
so.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the saddest part is when you're sitting there going like, oh, the sad thing you're bitching about not being able to pay bills or like being stressed about being in debt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit there and you go like, oh, cool, like, that kid has holes in his shoes and has had them for 3 years.
Yeah.
Is making shoes out of plastic bottles. So it's one of those things where you're just like, I don't know, I legitimately feel like an asshole all day, every day, because whenever you go, like, I have friends that do a lot of missionary work, because my parents both are ministers, and I have friends that actually do shit that I'm like, legitimately very proud of them for, and then I sit there and I go like, oh God, well, Starbucks is expensive. And I feel like a giant asshole because you really should be like financially all of us are beyond in the 10%. And that's the shitty part is if you're not giving it forward, you're the problem.
Thanks, Lee.
What about you?
Yeah,
I'm not giving it forward.
That's a
You're the problem.
You're giving it forward because you're running this. I feel like
You're
like
the
running a
problem.
business. No, I
that to be
genuinely
a
feel
song.
this
That
way.
is my song.
I'm
But
on
seriously,
my
you
pulpit.
are.
I'm genuinely on my pulpit about this. I feel like if you're running a business, you are giving it forward though, because if you're creating a culture that's fun and creative and welcoming and loving, and you're paying people,
They don't
like
have food, Nikki. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean.
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking. I
Don't
get what you're
have
saying.
food.
because I agree with you totally. But I'm saying when you're like, I'm not giving it forward at all. I'm like, okay, well maybe you're not doing it. I'm just digging myself
Africa.
into a deeper hole.
It's okay.
What
This
about
isn't
you though?
good.
Do you think there is a point where someone's like, oh, you're rich?
Dude, I feel like that's a really hard answer. Like your initial response of like, I don't even know. I do feel like it's
See,
kinda
I mean, it's
relative.
one of those things, like, I read a survey the other day that was like, if you have more than 5 shirts, you're in the top such and such. And I was literally just like, I'm a horrible person.
No, I know.
See, yeah, I never think of it worldwide. I think of it. It's hard too because in LA, it's like a weird.
Yeah, it's a totally
thing,
different world.
Right, a
Yeah.
really weird thing. And also, my view on it has changed because, like, I'm in a place where I'm like, oh, I'm really comfortable, but now I'm throwing a kid into the situation, so I'm like, I don't know how much it's gonna cost. Like, because it's
But
not
like,
like I'm
you
gonna
have
be
to
like.
think about people that have done it before you that like, have like, 10% of your income and have 4 kids.
Totally,
It's
totally.
crazy
No, I
to
know.
think about in that sense of
I
like,
know.
because I think it financially like set and rich is such a subjective fucking thing.
Okay.
It's such, it really is. It's such a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Like growing up, one of my favorite Christmases ever was when my dad duct taped a box and put bungee cords on it and tied a like steering wheel to it that we already owned, and that was our Christmas for everyone. And like going back to those times, I'm sitting there going like, thinking I now make more than my entire family made, a family of 5, and that was rich in my mind.
Yeah.
That was rich. That was like elegance, and we had the best Christmas ever to date. Even like got a TV last Christmas, and to date, that was my favorite Christmas ever. Was the fucking bungee cord refrigerator box that was taped up with duct tape because we couldn't afford anything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a crazy thing. Rich is such a subjective thing, I think, in
Yeah.
my opinion. You're the problem. This is my daily talk show, guys.
I know, I'm like, wow.
Hey, welcome back to You're the Problem.
You're the problem. Hi, welcome. Good. I would love that. It's like on CNN, right? Sandwich in between Nancy Grace and Chris Matthews.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
I feel like my mom is going to be watching this, and I'm going to be quoting her, but I think it's true. She always says that, like, you can find a way to spend anything. Like, there's always,
Yes.
you can always spend it.
Yeah.
And sometimes Dan will say to me, like, how do people spend, like, this much money?
You
and I'm like,
find a way.
really? I'm starting to get to the point where I can find ways to spend all that money. Like, I'm like, no, I know how you could spend all that. And it's true. It's you can live within whatever means.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you realize that you can live within one certain thing and then in every single aspect of it. Like, and it's a really weird thing. I think my parents were making a lot of money and then they had me and their company fell under and this, that, and the other thing. And through a series of events, they just turned into this very poor family. But I don't think I'd ever give it up for anything because it makes me realize how intensely I've worked for everything in my life. And like, you know what I mean? Like when you go like, you either had hot dogs or mac and cheese. You never had hot dogs and mac and cheese. Like that was like, what is this, Christmas? Like, what's happening? But it is. It's like I think everyone needs to come from those different things. And I know there's a bitterness in my heart already. Like when you have people that like I have a lot of actor friends out here that are like, oh, you know, and it was really hard because blah blah blah, and they live off their parents' money. And I always get really proud of myself in the sense that I'm like, everything. If I ever make it into any regard, I did it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Lee,
gonna be
you
a
already
weird
made it.
thing of like a promise to myself of like this is all me. Like instead of
Totally.
like the people that are like, well, and I had to pay the movers because I'm moving again. I'm like, where do you get this? Like, who's funding
where are
this
these
effort?
I will say I now pay movers.
Well, and that makes sense.
yeah.
Like, that
because
makes
I
perfect
would
sense.
just
I wanna
damage
pay
all my
movers.
own
Yeah,
That's the
furniture.
main thing too. I would pay movers just to throw away boxes that I still have from moving 4 years ago. They're like, did you use any of this that says miscellaneous boxes?
That's the easiest way to feel shitty about yourself is moving or like you like rent a new place and then you just still have boxes for 2 months. You're just like,
You're like, what's happening?
Yeah, I don't like
What is
having that much crap
happening?
that goes unused. I feel like I have to start just throwing stuff away. But to what you were saying, when Dan and I first
I
got
hate that.
married, we lived off $65 once for 2 weeks, everything.
It's a
Food,
fascinating
gas, whatever.
thing.
We did it, and I look back and I'm like, I don't know how we did that, but we did it. I remember I like called a friend. I'm like, dude, I got $65 for the next 2 freaking weeks, and she was like, you can make this happen. It's fine. And she like walked me through everything. We did it, and it really is true. It's like you live within your means, and it's relative.
Yeah.
It's all really relative.
And as long as you're happy, it's all gonna be worth it.
Wait, you
kids.
looked like you were gonna say something about crap that goes unused.
oh
When I
no.
said
Well,
it bothers
so
me.
I got on that thing. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out. And it's always like 2 days after. I'm like, no, I don't have a charger.
What do I do?
And it
But you
stops
throw
you
away
from
stuff like
throwing
that. I throw
stuff
away
away.
stuff like clothes that it's like
Yeah.
someone needs to let that go. Like let it go. Like I'm like sweater vests. Those are gonna come back, and it's like they didn't ever look good on you in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
place. You look like a tiny mare every time you
A
wore it.
tiny mare?
Get it out. You know what I mean? Like a sweater vest with tits
I
and then
know.
being short. It literally just looks like look at that little old man. Look at that tiny booby old man. It's a mess. It's a nightmare. All right, I'm doing it.
There we go.
Fiery shaft of justice. Ew. Fiery is not a thing that a shaft of should ever be.
I was like, that sounds like a good weapon. Oh, penis.
Or a penis. Favorite alcoholic drink to help you relax? I am a huge IPA girl.
What is that?
It's an India Pale Ale. You can judge it all you
You,
want.
Joe, Darren, I'm just like.
We're all on
He said
point.
he's
But
like,
legit,
yeah.
I got into it last. Well, I love beer in general. Beer is
Is
like
it
my
hoppy?
go-to.
Is it what?
It's super hoppy. It's
Don't like
beyond
it.
hoppy. But
I'm
you know what?
against
It all
it.
depends. There's different ones, and I am seriously on point with IPA. But I'm a big beer girl. I've never been a wine person. I always feel like an asshole because people have been like, here's a very expensive thing. And I'm like, still tastes like piss to me. Like, I feel very bad. That's a sect of something that I will never get into. I'll never be fancy enough for you, wine. But I will be fancy enough for you imported beers, and I'll get very drunk off any IPA that you would ever give me. Tricer Hops is my favorite.
One of the best college humor videos is they did an ad for second cheapest wine, and it's just like, you don't know anything about wine, get the second cheapest one. And I'm like, that's what I do.
Well, and then I feel bad because I'm
Totally.
one of those people. I have a friend that is literally like, she's a very big wino, and she'll like get a bottle, and it's like, that's a $15 a day habit that you have now. Like now that you're into wine and you're sharing a half a bottle of wine a night, that's a $15 a day habit. That's smack. You're getting into smack territory.
Yeah,
Not yet crack, but you're getting in the not
very,
nearly
very
cocaine.
close. I don't know
But you're getting into smack
anything
territory.
about alcohol. Like every single time I go to a bar, I'm like, or not a bar, a restaurant, or a bar for that matter, and I'm like, I don't know what to get. I just want
You know what
something
you are? I
girly.
mean this in the nicest way. You're a bartender's nightmare. I bartended for 7 years.
Really?
Yes,
You're like,
a
I don't
bartender's
freaking know,
nightmare.
something
Because it was
fruity.
really one of those things that would be like, I don't know, Georgia.
That's me.
What is?
I'm a
okay,
bartender's
what's in it?
nightmare.
What's in this? And you're like, it's this. I'm gonna label things that you don't know. I'm like, it's actually a lot like a Mai Tai, but it has a little bit of darker rum in it. And you're like, what's that taste like?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I just get a peach Bellini. Everyone's happy with it. Go with it. Just go.
I do have an announcement though that I have to make, and I want to make it on SourceFed.
Uh-oh.
So I won't be drinking alcohol anymore
Uh-oh.
ever again, or
Really?
not. No, at least for like the next, like 7.5 months.
Really?
Because
You
Say
are
it.
pregnant!
That's awesome. You're fine.
I saved it for this.
You saved it for this.
That's a really big
That's
deal.
cute. Congratulations. I'm gonna hug you.
Thank you.
Baby!
I know, baby.
I was like, what's happening right now? Is she,
I know.
Wait,
I was like,
Swear it
because-
off.
you're not. Wait, just real fast. We're filming this on April 1st. You're not messing with me right now, right?
Not at all.
That's horrible.
She
You're
is.
a horrible person.
No, not at all.
No? Are you messing with me right
I guess
now?
we'll have to just wait and find out. And just see what happens.
Oh, that was full of water. And
That was-
an electrical
You're
outlet.
destroying
Wait,
your set
was that
because
an
of
April
me.
Fool's?
What do I say? Quick! Yeah,
I like that
well,
you're just staring.
Is
I
she
might
pregnant or
be having an April Fool's baby. No one? I knew it was gonna end bad. It's an April Fool's joke.
Is it April Fool's?
Yes.
Yes.
I knew
You're
it.
a horrible person.
This is why-
I got
No,
legitimately excited
Trisha
because
told me
you're in a loving
100% to do
relationship.
it.
This is
You're
why.
in a loving relationship, and I got excited. And you're not an asshole, and I hate when assholes have kids.
I'm so embarrassed for being an asshole right
No.
now, but
You're-
everyone forced me into it.
You're the second woman
We're
to lie to me
done.
about being pregnant.
Today?
No, not today. But
No,
in my
in
life. That'd be
April Fool's.
crazy. That'd be crazy.
Lindsay's been
I was like, you are not having a
entire
good day.
time. Could you imagine?
the long burn.
The long burn of like a special effects makeup artist that comes every day. That's been doing a really great job, by the way. Oh my god.
I just want anyone who happens to watch my videos to comment how proud of me you are because
So
I'm
many-
physically shaking. I was so
See?
nervous to
So
make
many
that joke.
emotions.
I didn't
inside
even
of
like
me.
did it like a 7.5 months, and I was like, oh, she better not say 9 months because that's way too early to tell people.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
That got real. I'm
sorry,
very
guys.
proud of you
Wait,
for actually
thank
doing
you.
it. I really am.
I hate
you.
everybody.
I'm mad because I was very excited for
I know,
us.
I know. When you gave
I
me a
hugged
hug, I
you.
felt
You
so
gave
guilt.
him a hug!
You know the guilt
Oh.
that sat in my soul while you hugged me? I was like,
Well,
I'm
happy
choosing
April
someone.
Fool's 3 days later.
That's.
On that note,
Good for you, because I would have kept that going for a long time. I had no
I couldn't
idea.
do it.
was
I
like
couldn't
an
do
April
it. That
Fool's
was me
thing.
giving up. Should I pull another question?
Go pull another question.
I couldn't. I had to give up.
now.
The girls were like, "You have to freaking do this, Dan."
You
Like,
have
don't
to
do it.
do
You're not a
it.
prankster. But
You're not a
everybody was-
prankster.
Look,
I love how that it was like an almost prank. It was like a maybe I am. Are you
This
I
not?
insulted like half the office.
This is why I don't have emotions, because I feel duped. I feel
you actually-
sad.
But that's
Because,
why,
you know,
but that's
if you
why I don't
feel
usually
duped.
dupe people because I don't like making them feel duped. But everyone encouraged me.
It's okay.
No, he feels duped, therefore he has emotions. Oh, it's a vicious cycle.
I feel like I really have to
You're
apologize.
gonna be okay.
No,
now.
you're good.
No.
You're good.
I love how
This
this is.
Okay,
it's already
now
gone
that I'm
full
still
circle.
shaking from
Already
being
been there.
terrified. Yeah, this is from, luckily, not a bad username. This is just at Kath. Look, and I'm literally shaking from
You
being
are.
so nervous.
That's why I thought it was real, because you were like, oh my god, this is happening.
Pregnant, guys. So what happens when you're a nerd and you try to
You
prank
can never
people?
announce it now. You have to know that.
Never.
Ever.
Okay, at Kath says, Kathleen, okay, if you had the option to choose between giving birth, speaking of, like a normal person, or laying an egg, which would you choose? Hashtag tabletop.
Okay, here's the thing. I think that's hilarious if there's any difference. One, if you know anything about the woman body, my cervix is still gonna have to dilate to the point of an egg the size of a human. Either way, it's terrifying.
It seems like a not good thing.
It seems
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
have a
really
baby
understand.
immediately. Because then if I have to give birth to an egg, are you saying like the egg would like then incubate?
Are you gonna have to like
Because it's
crack
still gonna have
it?
to be big enough to hold a freaking kid in it. So either way, I'm screwed. I'd rather have a baby immediately. That way it's like instant
neither
gratification.
option
I
sounds
gave
good.
birth, I went through all that, it tore out of everything, and then I go, oh yay, there it is.
The way you phrased it terrifies me.
Well, welcome to it there, buddy. It's
Luckily,
gonna
you're
happen.
never gonna have to have a baby or an egg for that matter.
No, but you are gonna have to deal with a blasted human.
A blasted?
Yeah, that's how it's gonna have to be. That's what you're gonna have to deal with. That it's just you're gonna have to catch it. Just catch little baby.
One of my
Little
friends
baby
just gave birth
DeFranco.
and they literally had to catch the baby, and I can't remember which one it was. Like she pushed and it went whoop, and they had to go whoa, and they had to catch the baby as it was coming off of like the
I
table.
had a friend recently that gave birth and she was very dumb, and she's not very dumb. She's actually very brilliant, but she was like, I'm fine. She has a really high pain tolerance, and she was like, I'm fine. I've been in labor for the last like 2 hours. Like we're just gonna go on our way. This, that, and the other thing, and legitimately like. In the hallway, in the hospital, she was like, I'm gonna just squat down real quick.
No.
Yeah.
This is a friend of
Yeah,
yours?
it was a friend of mine, and literally, because it was her first time, and like usually you have a very long like labor, and it was literally like 2 hours. She's like, I got so much time, and it literally went from like, here's this to like, here's like serious contractions within probably 30 minutes of each other. And she literally in the hallway, she was like, and they're like, well, we'll get you a room in a second. She's like, no, actually, here's fine. And she's literally
She just sat down and gave
She
birth.
just squat and she like said she was like a weird like thing took over, like a weird like, you know, Cro-Magnon, like I will squat and give birth to this
I will
thing.
do it right here.
Yeah, just now. And she did. She just squat and gave birth, and her husband's like, should we get any?
Here comes the baby, catch.
She's like, no, I got it. Just
Yeah, if it's gonna be
Real.
equally painful, I'd say, well, not having a vajay, but having experienced the pain of kidney stones, I would say regular.
Yeah.
Regular. But also, oh man, I was in Vancouver because we were just like being careful. We were in Canada. We wanted to make sure everything was fine with the baby since Lindsay was traveling, and she got sick off she got sick from some like nasty ass food, and so she was like throwing up. While we were there, this lady was in labor, and she's like gripping onto her husband, and she's like, get the doctor in here and get me an epidural. Get me an epidural now. I've asked him 4 times, and he's like running around like crazy. He's like, please. He's like, you have to save my marriage and get this epidural, because I will lose every argument for the next 20 years
if
you
you
do not
do
give it.
not. If you're the
this
person
epidural.
that doesn't get the epidural,
He's
that
like-
you're responsible for it.
He's
yeah.
like, please, please, please.
No, it gets. I mean, I know a lot of people that have planned on doing natural birth. They're always like natural, and then like that never happens.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like a really big deal when you push that thing out. Like I can only imagine. I'm like, no, I would think I'd be like, oh, whatever. If I have to be in a coma, do it. Like that sounds like I'm all for having a wonderful time and like when the first entrance into the world. But I'm like, if it's on me, no, knock me out. Like literally, just like. Boo! I'll wake up in about 2014 and have a beautiful baby bouncing.
Just
boy.
bouncing
Just be like,
on your knee.
Yeah, he's 2 months now. Great. How was I? Was I in the coma? Great. That's fine.
He's beautiful.
No, he's actually really cool now. He's no longer a worm.
Yeah. He's got some
Great.
personality now to him. I have a friend that's a doula, and she's all for like the natural birthing thing, and she really wants me to do natural. And I'm not gonna lie, like I want to do natural, but I just feel like I'm a really big wimp. Like when it gets down to it, I just don't have any kind of pain tolerance. I mean, I got like my face lasered like 2 weeks ago. I was literally indoors, the shades drawn, like crying to myself and feeling bad for myself for like 10 days. It's supposed to take like 2 days.
Yeah.
I was just inside the whole time.
I get it.
Giving
I'm a big
birth to a
baby.
human.
So I would rather have a human than an egg, to answer your question, because again, giant egg, I'm still gonna have to pop a squat and bust it out. It's awful. Being a woman's hard.
Oh, I thought there was a second point there.
I know.
It's being a woman
Point
is
two?
hard.
That is
difficult.
point 2.
That is
No,
point
no
two.
more of this, because we just get more lies out of her.
I'm really so. I feel like I've ruined the whole episode.
You just you don't realize, you became like the people's champ on this
I know,
channel for
because we never
making
get
me
praised.
feel something.
I know.
And
I'm really sorry. I actually feel really bad.
Father heart.
Do you know that I actually don't think I have ever, literally, I don't think I've ever done an
Successfully.
April Fool's joke. And the fact that I just did it in front of like
That's a bucket
hundreds
list.
of thousands
You
of
can-
people,
This is-
and
this
I've
is-
never
Cross that
done it.
This is
I'm
like
not a prankster.
I feel like, and not to my own horn, it's like an all-star pitcher throwing at a rookie, and you just like it's a grand slam, and you're like,
Wait, does that mean you're the all-star and I'm the rookie and I
Yes,
did it and I
yes.
beat you?
yeah. I mean,
Because
not.
again, you did the right thing. Like if it was like, hey, I'm going brunette or this, that, he wouldn't buy it. But you did the baby thing. Hallie's got his baby on the
I
brain.
got like 3 weeks away.
I'm like,
I'm
so
like,
weeks
hey,
away.
they can be friends.
And I'm a woman, so I just automatically feel.
He has no friends now.
Sorry.
He's trying to hang out with Jackson, but Jackson's like messing with toys that go in the right
No, you fast forwarded like 3 years.
shape. They're gonna
be buddies.
You were gonna have a girl, so like he would have
They're gonna
started
be dating.
He was gonna start talking.
They're gonna have
like,
a family together.
This is awful.
No, that's a weird thing.
I feel so bad. I mean,
Well,
literally, look at me. Do
so-
I have like the prankster type?
So the main
A little
thing
bit.
here is Nikki Phillippi ruined my life, and if you want to ask
You can
more
put that in
questions,
actually the description of this table. I don't know if I
No, I
realized
love it.
everyone's
I
life.
that's so
so
funny. It was funny. It's funny now.
Oh, good.
Now that I'm not dying inside.
No!
If you want to ask us other questions, use the hashtag Table Talk or to go to our subreddit r/SourceFed. My name is Philip DeFranco.
Kylie Newton.
I'm Nikki Phillippi.
Prankster extraordinaire!
I'm so good.
I feel really bad because this guy wrote thoughts on peeing. Should guys sit or stand? I don't even think that's like up for discussion. Stand.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for
If
this.
I
and-
legitimately walked in on some guy peeing while sitting down and he was like, "Hey," I'd be like, "Bye." Like legitimately. I don't
Dude,
know
I
what it
legitimately
is.
don't have an opinion.
I
I'm
think-
mad
I
because
weird?
I'm
I think-
actually viciously mad that I can't pee standing up. I'm sad that I have to pop a
She's
squat every single
viciously
time.
mad.
I think that
I've tried. It's a
if
nightmare.
a girl walks in and you're peeing, you have to just try as hard as you can to also poop.
Yeah.
Right then. Get out!
Leave! Leave!